Welcome to Floating Nifty Podcast. I'm Shiuwen.
And I'm John. Hi.
Welcome, John.
Thank you.
I hope you are super energized right now and excited.
I am.
Oh,
I'm
good.
so energized.
Oh, good. Because you know why?
Why?
Because you're going to brew tea again today.
Are we doing it on this one?
Yeah.
Oh.
So for those of you who have been supporting our season 2, this is our last 2 recording episodes.
Woo.
So I thought, yeah. I thought I should make the brewing not on the last one, so you don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you would just sit back and relax and drink
Nice.
tea on the last
Get
one.
it over with. Yeah.
Yeah,
Get it
that's
over with
right.
on the first one.
Yeah, that's right. So let's brew some tea today. Last time I kind of just throw you out there,
Mm-hmm.
and it was also your first time to brew tea in a way for us in a recording setting, and you were very nervous and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Today I think it will be easier since last
Yeah.
time in last episode you actually brew tea too, and then today I'll talk a little bit of some small details of the tea brewing.
Okay.
So you'll make
cool.
the flow of tea brewing hopefully a little bit more smooth for you.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, good. So before we brew tea, we need to make sure we have all the things we want.
Okay.
And that you or me, or whoever the brewer like to use. Teapot.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have teapot, tea kettle, and then cups for however amount of people here. And then we'll talk about the sequence. I like to have this one.
Mm-hmm. For the lid.
盖制, yeah, for the lid. I like to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like to use this piece for all the tea utensils. I like to have this one.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the pointy ones. A lot of the teapots, if you're actually using a teapot, they actually don't have a screen in the spout.
Just one
And
hole.
so, yeah, just one hole. And a lot of times you're waiting for the right moment and pour, and it totally gets stuck.
blocked.
And then the person panic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually before you pour out, then you do this to kind of help you to loosen up. And even during the tea brewing, I use this kind of to throw out the tea just a little bit. So I really like this piece, and I just set it here right in front of me. So I can use it whenever I want to.
And is the other side of that for scooping the tea into the pot?
Yeah.
Do you do it that way?
Yeah. I do
I think you
actually.
do.
I do. And I also
I don't, but maybe I should.
I also like to use this piece.
Mm.
So I in the beginning, I normally set it really close to me too. And after I pour the dry leaves in, I put it aside. Because then afterwards, I really don't need it. So I don't
Right.
want it around me, actually. I like to open up the place even more for the dry leaves to go into a teapot.
So you don't miss any. You don't, so that the tea doesn't fall
Yeah,
all
yeah,
over the
yeah.
table. Nice.
I think it doesn't really matter, but kind of.
I think it makes sense.
For the look. And then you will need a container. This I think it's called cha he in the beginning to hold the dry leaves that you're gonna brew, and also to show your guests, pass around the dry leaves for your guests to look at the leaves, smell, examine, whatever. Like Noah like to use what is that?
Magnifying glass.
To look at the leaves. So if you have a magnifier glass for your guests, they can do that too. So this one should be very close to the tea brewer. I think that's the things we need. And then a dry cloth, just in case there's a spilling or around you or your guests, then you can quickly offer a dry cloth to wipe some water away. So I'll
Cool.
set this here, teapot back in. Oh, and also some saucers for the cups. And then, as I said, we have 3 people today, so we have 3 sets of teacups. And I like to line them up because if you don't, then if you kind of just randomly put it here and there, then later you will lose track, you know. And I like to do counterclockwise. So this way, the first one is me. Second one is this person. So if there's a X amount of people, then just follow. You
Okay,
really need
that's
to know
helpful.
their
Yeah, yeah.
cups, actually. If not, it's kind of gross.
If I may say something,
Yes.
one of the biggest things with tea brewing is economy of movement. So you want to have like a map of everything that you're going to need, like a future map, like a time map of everything you're going to need at what time. in your mind, and then make sure that your real life setup matches the map. Right? I mean, I'm saying it in a weird way.
No, it makes sense.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, make sure that you have everything, because when you need it, you don't want to have to think about it.
Right.
You just
or
wanna
like
be able
stand
to-
up and then look for it, you know,
Yeah.
because but your water is in here
'Cause
already, and then you're like,
timing, rhythm,
yeah,
you know,
rhythm.
is everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also saucers for the cups for the guest. Here you go. So make sure they are ready, and maybe a couple for myself. Tea brewing sometimes feel like, well, there are too many details, and the person can feel like there's too many details, and feel like kind of irritated or panicking. The thing is, but if you practice, you keep doing it, it doesn't become too much. It becomes a form of beauty, actually, for me, because there are so many details.
Yeah.
So at first, details can feel like annoying, but later detail become very pretty because you get to play with the details. So just, pay attention to small things, like, for example, in the beginning, you receive a part like this. You walk into a place and somebody, if it's not your home, somebody give you a teapot and say, John, brew tea for 5 people. And you're like, oh, okay. Maybe someday it will happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe.
And so you really need to know what you have, this piece. How big is this one,
Yeah.
right? What if they say, so right now somebody give me this teapot and I know there are 3 people and the cups is right in front of me. How would I know? Like, does it fit?
Right.
So do you know how I know? Well, first, remember we have to warm up the tea where?
Did you just fill it up all the way to the
Yeah,
top?
yeah, pretty much. Okay, fine. You just call me.
I'm just wondering if you're gonna start, from the top.
Yeah,
and
from the
then-
top, right? Warm it up. And so I'm gonna warm up the first set of teacup, which is called fragrance cup, Wen Xiang Bei. And then you also have experience, even though right now it's like there's excess of water, and you kind of engage that. Well, if you don't want to look unprofessional and actually open it up and look at it, it's this. You have to throw this away, right? You kind of have a feeling of how much water this is.
Would that be bad? Like, would it look unprofessional if you opened it up and you were looking at the water in there? Like, would somebody be like, "Oh, why did she do that?" Or does it matter?
I think it's okay. It depends on how experienced also your guests are.
okay.
Yeah. But keep in mind, after you put the tea leaves in, the actual water amount to come out here reduce.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can also play with that part too. So it's just kind of like small details, and also if like, well, what if this teapot is really big, like double of this size, and I'm only serving 3 people, but that's the only part that the host gave me. What am I gonna do?
You have to just fill it up with less water.
That's right. There's nobody. Some people might say that, but there's actually no law about this saying that you have to fill the water all the way up into a teapot.
But then would you also have to then change the amount of tea leaves that you put in? Like, would you have to put fewer leaves in if you're only going to fill it halfway with water?
Yes and no. Because if your teapot, let's say, is like double of this size, I would say maybe roughly about 10 to 12 ounces of a teapot, then normally people put 1 layer of dry leaves in there for a 6 ounce or 4 ounce teapot. Then even if you use a big teapot like this, do you choose to put 24 ounce or no?
Probably not, right?
Yeah, 24 grams of tea leaves in the beginning. So you will still use what you are comfortable with and fill the water halfway. So I would say ratio is still what you are normally used to. Yeah. So you see, I have the tea lid here. Teapot lid, not tea lid. Understand? I actually don't know. How do you call this piece in English?
teapot lid holder.
Holder. Teapot lid holder. Here you go.
I don't know if there's an actual word for it.
Yeah, so I do use this
Yeah.
this side to
Yeah,
so I don't use my
yeah, that's
hands.
probably better. I was just
Yeah.
getting in there with my hands. I do that at home. I mean, I just put my hands in the bag, which probably isn't like if someone were giving me tea of theirs to brew, I probably wouldn't want to put my hands in in their bag of tea.
True.
My dirty hands.
True. Yeah. At home, I actually like to use my hand though, because I like to feel tea. Yeah, I actually like to feel dry leaves
I
before
like to
put
grab
it in.
the bigger ones, you know, like
Yeah,
filter
yeah,
out the
yeah.
crumbs with my fingers.
So you see, if you like to use left hand to pour water in, then the tea kettle will be left hand. If you like to use right hand to pour water in, tea kettle set on right hand. So you don't need to reach over
Right.
and then change the hand again. You know, like what Noah was mentioning earlier on, it's like a map, and it's like the action should be very economical, efficient.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel it 100% up. You know, hopefully that's correct.
The other thing that I want to be watching is when you put the kettle back on the heat and when you take it off the heat, because when I'm here, I lose track of like the
Well, you know what?
temperature of the water.
Hopefully that was not an issue in the future when we get you the right kettle, and you can. It's always on there.
Always leave it on.
Yeah, it's always on there to maximize the heat component inside of the water. Some people might argue if it's boiling all the time, then it looks oxygen too much. So if there's a way to control it, like kind of mildly boiling, that might be ideal. You know, well, my brewing teacher actually doesn't care.
Yeah.
It's always on.
And is it always just like roaring, boiling?
He thinks so, but he used charcoal fire,
Oh.
and he can control the fire really well.
Cool.
Which will be a lesson I would like to learn from him. Is actually just to learn how to lead the fire and to control the fire. Like what is the right way to control the fire? I would love to learn that. So like this, actually the flame is big enough. The alcohol flame is big enough. You'll make it boil, and then this tea kettle is not ideal. So I do need to take it off. So then it becomes part of the detail that the tea brewer have to pay attention to. Yeah, you see?
Perfect.
Not bad.
Here's another question that I have since we're talking about the like small details.
Yeah.
How hard do you want to try to get the last drops out of the teapot? Or does it
How
matter?
much?
Like, because I notice sometimes there's like that little leftover drops. Like you don't want to be like,
No,
you know,
I don't think so. Yeah, so I normally
like
just like
forcing it out. Like, see how
let
there's
it-
a little bit more?
That's fine.
Just leave it in there. It doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah, I mean, there's I don't know if you can translate that though. 留底, that actually wants just a little bit in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How do you translate that?
Leave a little bit in there.
He said leave a little bit in there is how he would translate it.
But it's kind of like, if you want to explain it more, it's like you reserve some, like if you are a person that you are very good at some sort of skill, you don't want to just like show off everything that you have. You kind of keep a little bit to yourself.
Okay.
And tea is like, you don't want to let it all the way out 100%, because so that it can grow on the second infusion, it grow on the third infusion, etc., etc.
Because I think sometimes when I'm at home, I just like get the teapot and I'm just like trying to get those last drops out. So maybe I won't do that anymore. I might have brewed this tea when I was covering the shop.
That's right.
Actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned this tea to you.
I think I did have it. Oh, wow.
That should not happen.
Yeah, you don't want to do that to a guest's teapot.
Or your own teapot.
Yeah. Wow, that broth is so soft. It's just like disappearing into my tongue almost. It's like melting into my tongue.
Super like yeah. Smooth and just like comfortable.
Yeah, that was great.
So today, I don't think we'll
Wow.
get too much into the rhythm of tea brewing. More of like you really watch out for the flow, you know, where everything is, and so that the tea brewer has less chance to freak out, basically. And then when you are more used to this, then it's easier to control the rhythm, because rhythm have what? Heat. Heat is it's very important component. So in between brewing, how do I control even the heat in your cup? If we're like talking for like 20 minutes, this totally lost heat. And I don't want that, you know. So hopefully you will come back after season 2, and then maybe we can work really a lot on the details of tea brewing. Because I haven't touched on the subject of heat yet in a lot of places, like the tea, the space in between the cups, in between brewing, all those have to be supported by heat. Then the rhythm have to kick in. Yeah.
I mean, I remember you saying that you have a teacher who brews really fast, like in quick successive steeps, just to keep the heat maximum.
Yeah.
So
But
that's interesting.
he could do it without you being rushed. That's the art.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's the one part that I really appreciate that.
Wow.
But he did say though, he said tea brewer control the table. And he has that presence to control the table.
Wow.
I know. Yeah, he does. It's really pretty. Yeah. Then our like head brewing master, his presence, he used it in a different way. Yeah. I don't think he used to control how fast he brew.
Yeah.
he used to show how big his tea is. Yeah.
More like Shiuwen.
What? No, I'm more. I want to be more like him. Yeah, in my tea brewing journey, I want to be more like him. See, can lift up the thing.
Yeah, it's a big teapot.
Big teapot.
I don't think I have that big of a teapot at home. Mine are all smaller.
Oh, then another small detail is when you are warming up the teaware with the water in the teapot, then you watch the flow.
Of the water coming out?
Because some are actually slow enough that then you will adjust your brewing time in your mind. This one is okay. You know, it's actually the flow is quite nice. So I don't need to make a lot of adjustment for this teapot. Yeah. So pretty, huh? The tea.
Yeah, this tea is really cool.
And there's a wonderful warmth about it. Mm.
That's great. What was that now? The fourth cup.
So you always, didn't you ask me why I put myself in the front before?
Yeah.
Why am I in the front on cup number 1? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's see if you can see why I'm in the front.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna let you taste this cup.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I feel like if I were to guess, it's like you're getting the weakest
That's right.
and the strongest, which is probably not as good as the middle
That's
section, right?
Yeah. The rest of the people get the best. Your guests get the best brew. Since we don't use 公道杯 the sharing picture, so we don't equalize the liquid. We layer the liquid, remember? And since we layer the liquid, everybody is getting a slightly different experience. Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Especially sometimes in a tea session, there are actually a lot of people. You know, it might be six people. Then the tea brewer doesn't really get to taste much. Yeah, if we use this way and then we are hosting 6 people with even a teapot like this, very often the tea brewer only get to drink the first and the last decanting. Yeah, in the same pouring, the first step and the last step. So you were right, the weakest and the strongest all came into this cup. Yeah, so the tea brewer drink the little bit more harsh or a little bit weaker brew. Yeah.
Cool. I'm excited to see if I notice a difference.
I hope so.
Although I guess if I didn't notice a difference, that'd be pretty good, right? That would mean that you did a pretty good job of decanting it, right?
I'm not sure.
It's pretty even.
Is it good?
I don't know. I guess we'll see. Okay, that was interesting.
Well, I do it also on purpose. To just let you taste the first and the last. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I see.
But sometimes it does happen this way.
If it wasn't for the experiment, would you have just gone all
It
the
actually
way through
depends
4
on,
and then
yeah.
back?
I think today the liquid is still, the pot is big enough. But I noticed when I use that tiny small pot I like to use Dongding, I think the first person wouldn't be able to taste much at all. Yeah. And I still keep track, even though I add one more teacup, I still keep track. Right. This is you guys. Yeah, there you go. And then maybe you should taste this one first. Or that one next. Okay. Either way.
Can I just drink it out of the...
Yeah, totally. Go for it.
See how this one is. Yeah.
Is it more?
It feels like more
like
like
is happening?
Balanced.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, there should be more layer too, because you guys,
Yeah. Cool.
I like to layer it at least 3 times.
Oh, okay.
So that it shows the layer a little bit more clearly rather than 1, 2. That's it. Such a juicy tea.
Yeah, this one, even the scent after was bigger. This was the
more stuff is
yeah. This was the far one.
It's good.
Yeah.
So You ready to brew?
Yeah. All right.
Cool. Oh, last time in the last episode, I forgot to make a comment. Remember you mentioned that you couldn't brew charcoal roast dongding, like the tea just tastes like not very good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, remember last time was actually charcoal roasted dongding, and you did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It did turn out better than it does at home last time.
Right?
So that was
There's
good.
like a feeling into
Mhm.
the tea brewing.
Yeah, I was happy about that because that tea, I want to be better at brewing that tea, but it's always been the hardest for me. I don't know why.
The charcoal dongding. Yeah, but last time was
Yeah, it was good. I felt good.
cool. Awesome. So we'll pause a little bit.
Before you go, I'm going to
Okay.
give you instructions about that pot.
Which pot?
That pot,
The kettle?
the kettle. Wait until it's hot, and then brew your first infusion, and then leave it off, and then brew your second infusion,
Okay.
and then put it back on again until it's hot again, and then do another 2 infusions.
Okay.
That's how I do it. I don't do it that way. If you notice,
Yeah.
I always pop it back on.
But if you follow that, then
All right.
at least you don't
So
have to think about it.
so hottest, or from there for the first brew, take it off. Second
Just
brew off.
After 2 infusions, put it back on.
Put it back on.
She-
Okay.
She puts
All
it
right.
back on after
Okay.
every infusion,
Yeah, because I want it to be
as hot as
as
possible.
hot as possible.
I mean, you could try that too,
How come you don't do it that way?
because I don't think it's necessary for me.
That was a good way of not. That's a good way of saying that.
I brew a lot
Good
faster
save.
than
Good
Shiuwen.
save.
I brew a lot faster than her.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I don't pause so long in between
Mm.
infusions.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. You don't.
But just decide what you're gonna do before you get up there, because it's
All right. Okay.
it's like a really confusing detail, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah. Yeah. Last time
I remember. Yeah.
I was
Last time
confused.
it was like it would just like blow up on you and then go back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing how like easy it looks until you're sitting on that side of the table.
We just don't have experience.
And then all of a sudden there's like, whoa.
With, like being a good tea brewer, just like you don't have experience with that particular.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just decide on something and then.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then do it. Okay, so this set is mine. Wherever you put it. And then that set is yours.
This one's mine.
And now John is gonna brew the tea for us. Yay!
I did it.
You can see how excited he is.
Step 1
Yay.
complete.
That's right. That's very good.
All right. Should I let it get a little bit hotter, or does it matter? Do you think it's pretty good?
Probably hotter.
Yeah. Hotter.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
You can.
Because it's not sounding. It's not making any sound
If it's
yet.
not bubbling on the inside, then it's not.
Okay. I'll get my equipment set up.
Yep. See what you need. And that one. Facing forward is good. Most of people actually place the teapot facing forward. Yeah.
That's how I do it at home.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I did facing forward for the longest time. The sideway is actually not necessarily better. It's just that I was imitating that brewing teacher so much. He put it sideways. So I was just like, yeah, sure, I'll do sideways.
Yeah. Well, that's why I did this, because there was a time when you were doing forward.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, all right, well, I'll do forward. But I don't know. I like it, I guess, just because I can just grab it and turn it. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm over here, then I've got to move it across.
Yeah, yeah,
That
true,
makes
true.
sense.
And I think our teacher said it slightly angle, just a slight angle that way.
This way?
Eh. I know.
Let's do that. See how that goes.
You want to talk about details?
Has to be at a perfect.
He actually has
15
different
degree
angles for
angle.
different teas.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
really?
Yeah,
No
yeah.
way.
We even
We don't
haven't
talk about that.
we even haven't touched the details yet, like where
Oh
the
my
water's
gosh.
supposed to go into
Yeah.
the teapot with different style of teas.
Oh,
Yeah, the only
boy.
reason we tell you is because it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Don't think about it right now. Though.
Yeah.
But like,
I think that should be good enough, huh?
At least to
Like,
start, I can warm it up.
to warm it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, sure.
And then you just put it back
I'll just put it
in.
back on.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's nice and hot.
Yeah.
Nice and hot.
Okay.
Oh yeah, wow, this pot is.
It's not easy.
Oh,
Oh, you're
boy.
doing a good job, man. You can
Oh,
hold
man.
it. Yeah, it's not.
I don't want to accidentally drop this pot. Oh, I can do it there. That's better.
Yeah, this is the place that you start to observe
Mm.
how the water flows out of a teapot. Yeah,
Oh.
pretty good, huh? Thank you. John just let us look at the TV.
Need more than that.
That part happened before. Maybe when you are warming up the tea where you pass it.
Ah,
right?
yeah, okay. Let's say that's good.
I actually normally ignore that part, that
Really?
part of a tea brew.
I'm so glad that. Oh yeah, right. Of course.
Yeah, so when I just
I'll just
put one back in again. Yeah, no problem.
God, good thing Noah doesn't have a mic because he's buzzing me again. Noah loves buzzing me. Do you have teachers who like stop you
Oh, here,
while
just,
you're brewing?
well, we only attend one like really brewing class, and he is really brutal to me. He just said my tea tastes. He's like, this is what you could do, and you own a tea place like that.
That's sad.
Oh, it really come into pieces on day one. It was brutal.
Noah can be my version of that by buzzing me.
If it's hard, then just use the other way, whatever you are comfortable with, to hold the teapot. Yeah, I have trouble with this teapot too. Therefore, I use it to practice also.
Horrible, like, adaptation of She's All That, right?
Thank you. Ooh, toasty boy.
What does that mean?
Right? More toasty than mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
This is boyish toast. I enjoyed this.
I didn't get the buzz at least.
Your tea brewing is getting better and better. It's good.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's good. Wow. Are you happy?
Yeah, I feel like it was pretty good.
Huh? Yeah. No
Obviously-
need to go back. That cup.
Oh, you don't have to- that's right,
uh-huh,
okay.
Yeah.
But this guy needs to go back.
Right.
I know, right? A lot of like.
It is a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
I really never brew for more than 2 people. So it's very different.
I think if you go back to brew your charcoal roast dongting, you will feel like the tea wouldn't be
Hope so.
as tight like before. Yeah.
That's the hope.
Just don't be afraid to use a little bit of boy toast.
What's boy
I don't know what
toast?
that
And what is my toast?
What do you think about that?
Mine is a middle-aged woman butter spray.
I don't know if I like the sound of that.
What?
Well, yours doesn't have to be toasted.
Oh,
I mean, yours doesn't have to be toasted, Sean.
butter spray.
Yours doesn't have to be... Well, yeah, it could be.
It tastes so soft.
It does taste
It
really
was
soft.
so
It was really
soft, right?
Yeah.
It was that.
Yours?
Yeah.
Yours was, yeah.
Lady butter. No, that's completely different.
Yeah, that's good we're keeping Noah off the microphone today. You guys don't want to hear what he's saying over there.
Great. And then boxcar, how tall is that? 'Cause I was...
It's hot in the cup.
Hmm?
I noticed that it's hot. It's hotter on the outside of the cup than when you do it.
You happy with your brew today?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I would
I'm pretty
say
happy with-
the opening was way more when you tried the Dongting tea for the first time brewing here.
Mm.
Yeah, because you were very worried about judging yourself, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, yeah, and that really shows the difference.
Mm.
Yeah, and you are more comfortable also in this
Yeah.
space now.
Yeah, I definitely feel better just like in general right now. I feel like calm.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
obviously last time I was not.
Yeah, yeah, and the tea really shows. Yeah, and maybe one small suggestion if you want to do this method,
Mhm.
the Debbing style of decanting, maybe try to layer the tea a little bit more clearly rather than first and second infusion. You pretty much decant out all the teas. Yeah. So maybe decant a little bit less on the first and second,
Okay,
and then
okay.
make the layer a little bit more clearly.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah. Let's see if you actually show. I think it will show on the layering. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, this pot is definitely a challenging pot.
The kettle or the teapot?
The pot.
Teapot, yeah. I use that to practice. I'm decanting for sure. Maybe you can go to Taiwan and do a tea brewing competition too. Huh?
I think I'd be pretty intimidated.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should do it.
Teacher told him to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Does his tea broth smell really good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that. Try to do less. Oh boy.
Oh, good layer. That's good.
Hopefully. I was definitely worried about dropping that one.
What?
I was worried about dropping the teapot.
Huh? There's a difference.
It's nice in the empty cup.
This is gonna sound creepy. Let's have a little bit Shiuwen in a cup now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Huh? That focus, that's more focus, more layers, and more structure. Wow, it sounds really bad. So I'm praising myself all over the place. Sorry, people. Taste it. It tastes a bit like my tea. Huh? Yeah.
Interesting.
That's good. You gave
Thank you.
influence. That not sure how much you want to be me, but maybe only 20%. But I like in the tea brewing, I really want to be like my teacher. Yeah. Wow, this is awesome.
Cool.
Not how it tastes like me, it's how it turns out. I didn't expect this at all.
Cool.
Yeah. I didn't expect this. Yeah.
When we're distinct.
Yeah.
Then the last one?
Yeah. Way more
Yeah.
way more clear.
Distinctive.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
these sessions with you, John. Thank you for showing up with us for such a long time. Second season on our YouTube podcast have been, I don't know, at least 20 episodes for the season.
Yeah, it's been a lot. It's been great. It's been amazing.
And every time, it like all the episodes, it shows how much you are capturing things and how much you are like enthusiastic about the tea tasting and tea brewing, and how much also I'm excited to like, whoa, what else am I gonna show John? What else am I gonna show John? Sometimes I'll be like brewing tea in the morning or before I go to bed. I was like, ooh, I think I can do an episode like that with him, you know. And then that makes me really, really happy and excited because there's something for me to look forward to in tea, you know, because I do love to share. Yeah. And it's for me to even think about it before I go to sleep. It's like, wow, it's the best, one of the best part about my job, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the end, even though this is the end of second season, due to the scheduling. Noah is gonna go to Taiwan pretty soon, and to go out there to do one more tea roasting before he heads out to Taiwan. And so we are gonna stop the season 2. But for me, it doesn't feel like the end at all.
Yeah, I hope not.
Do you know what it feels like? The beginning.
The beginning, yeah.
And I hope for those people who have been watching or listening, I hope there are enough materials. And I do hope that people do go back and either watch a certain episodes, certain areas that people want to practice and explore. Even each part, you know, like watching the tea broth moving in or watching the sand going up, watching the structure. It's not like, oh, one episode, second episode, John got it, and then that's the end of it. No, it's the beginning, because
Right.
there's more details actually. When you get sharp enough, more and more stuff is gonna show up. So if we resume the tea classes with you, it's gonna be all details, which
Cool.
is super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for spending so much time with us to help us to make this season 2.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. I mean, it's been amazing for me. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
good,
been a
good.
total. I feel so much better, like already from, like the first time I brewed that first episode to this one. I just feel like a lot better, and more like able to. I think one of the biggest things for me has been like just not questioning myself, you know, like
Yes.
trusting myself more.
Yes.
Because you can really see in the first episode that I brewed,
Yeah.
I felt like I was questioning every
Every-
step.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that was a huge breakthrough for me, that just having it go that way helped just me like move to the next like level in my own brewing of just like no fear. If I can get out the fear, then
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
One
that's been
more
great.
time.
Yeah.
Hashtag that, no fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, even if when it shows up during the tea brewing, which is still show up in my tea brewing, it's I criticize myself, because
Yeah.
each tea session you don't just taste one cup. Sometimes that specific infusion is perfect. The second infusion is like, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
seriously, that's what I do, you know. And then you start to criticize oneself. It doesn't help. It doesn't help the tea.
Right.
It doesn't help yourself as a person. But it's not like we just say, oh well, the tea doesn't taste good, so what? You know, it's more of like recognize the situation. Say, oh, as a second infusion, something happened, and I recognize what's happening. And third infusion, I'm gonna move on. Yeah, rather than stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, rather than stop.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, cool. It's been good. And so we're going to close up this session. I hope
Great.
it's very helpful for
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
And we'll see you next time.
All right. See you next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye.